If your cat has ever climbed up while you were sleeping and settled right next to your head, you probably smiled, maybe shifted a little to make room, and went back to sleep. But here is what almost nobody asks. Why there? Why not your feet, or the foot of the bed, or their own perfectly comfortable spot across the room? Why does your cat choose, out of every option available to them, to be as close to your face as possible while you are completely unconscious? The answer is not what most people think, and once you understand it, that small nightly habit your cat has will never feel ordinary again. Let us start with the one thing you need to understand about how cats think about sleep. Cats sleep between 12 and 16 hours a day. That is not laziness. That is survival biology. In the wild, a cat burns enormous energy when it hunts, so the body compensates by conserving that energy almost every other hour of the day. But here is the part that changes everything. During sleep, a cat is completely exposed. Their reaction time drops. Their awareness shrinks. Every predator instinct they have goes quiet. And for an animal that is both hunter and hunted, that level of vulnerability is not taken lightly. Cats do not just fall asleep anywhere. They choose their sleep spots the way you would choose who to trust with something that could get you killed. So, when your cat picks the spot right next to your head, they are not just finding a warm place to curl up. They are making a deliberate decision about safety, about trust, about you. Now here is the first thing that spot near your head actually means. Your breath is one of the most familiar things in your cat's world. You probably never think about this, but your cat has memorized the smell of you in a way that goes far beyond anything you can imagine. Cats have around 200 million scent receptors. Humans have about 5 million. The scent landscape your cat lives in is almost incomprehensible to us. And within that landscape, your breath, the specific combination of your body chemistry, what you eat, your skin, your warmth, has become a signature, a signal that means one thing to your cat: safe. When they sleep near your head, they are placing themselves as close to that signal as possible. They are essentially asking to sleep inside the feeling of security that you represent to them. That is not a small thing. That is your cat choosing you as their anchor, even while unconscious. But there is something else happening that most owners never consider. Your cat is also protecting you. This sounds backwards. You are the one who feeds them, shelters them, takes care of every need they have. But in your cat's mind, that dynamic does not make you the protector. It makes you family. And family looks out for each other. When cats in the wild sleep in groups, the more alert or dominant cats position themselves near the heads and faces of the others. The head is where the senses are. The eyes, the ears, the nose. Guarding the head means guarding the most important part. When your cat sleeps near your head, they are instinctively taking up a protective position. They are watching over the part of you that matters most. In their world, that is what you do for the ones you love. And if any of this is making you look at your cat completely differently right now, hit that like button and subscribe. We make these videos for cat owners who want to actually understand what their cat has been trying to tell them all along. Now, here is where it gets even more interesting. The spot near your head is also the warmest, most stable place on a bed. Your body radiates heat all night, and heat naturally rises toward your head and upper body. Cats are deeply drawn to warmth, not just for comfort, but because warmth in their biology is associated with safety. Newborn kittens huddle together for warmth. They sleep pressed against their mother for warmth. The warmth of another body is one of the earliest signals the brain learns to associate with being protected and fed and loved. When your cat seeks out the warmest spot next to you, they are following something deeply wired into them from the very beginning of their life. And the fact that that spot happens to be near you is not incidental. It is the whole point. The warmth and the person are connected in their mind. You are not just warm. You are the source of everything good. There is also something happening on a hormonal level that most people never hear about. A 2019 study from Oregon State University found that cats form secure attachments to their owners that closely mirror the attachment bonds human infants form with their caregivers. When the owner was present, the cats were calmer, more exploratory, and more relaxed. When the owner left, stress behaviors increased. When the owner returned, the cat settled again. Your presence physically regulates your cat's nervous system. And during sleep, when your cat is at their most vulnerable, that regulation matters more than at any other time of day. Sleeping near your head means sleeping as close to your presence as physically possible. It means their nervous system can stay calm through the night because you are right there. You are not just their favorite person. You are their biological off switch for stress. Now, some cats sleep near the head, and some sleep at the feet or at a distance on the bed. And the difference actually tells you something. A cat who sleeps touching you, pressed against your head or your hair or your pillow, is showing what researchers call a secure attachment. They are completely comfortable with closeness. They have never had a reason to feel that being near you is risky. A cat who sleeps near you but with a small gap is still showing deep trust, but on their own terms. They want proximity, but they also want the option to move freely. That independence is not rejection. It is just cat nature. They love you and they want you to know they had a choice about it. A cat who started sleeping at the foot of the bed and has slowly moved up over months or years is showing you something beautiful. They are telling you that your relationship has deepened, that you have earned more of their trust with time. That gap closing between where they sleep and where your head is, that is the story of your bond being built night by night. And if this is making you think about where your cat sleeps and what it might mean, share this with someone who has a cat, because most people have never thought about any of this. Here's the last thing, and it might be the most important one. Cats do not perform. Dogs will show affection because they have been shaped over thousands of years to seek human approval. Cats were not. They domesticated themselves. They came to us on their own terms, and they have never lost that independence. Which means when a cat shows you affection, when they choose you, when they give up a warmer or more comfortable spot to be near you, it is never for show. It is never trained in. It is never about what they get in return in that moment. It is just true. So when your cat climbs up every night and settles in next to your head while you sleep, there is no calculation happening. There is no habit they fell into that means nothing. Every single night, in the quietest and most honest moment of your shared day, your cat is choosing the spot closest to you. They are saying, without any words, without any meow, without anything you could easily put into a greeting card, I feel safest here, right next to you. That is what it means. And that is everything. If you want to understand more about what your cat is saying without ever making a sound, make sure to press that subscribe button.